Hey guys, what's up? How you doing? Thanks so much for joining me in today's video. I am going to be talking all about our newest Viseart release. We have this very beautiful and colorful palette. It's called Soleil La Plage. La Plage? Not sure, but I think it means sun and the beach. So anyway, I'll show you 3 eye makeup looks with this palette. I'll show you some swatches, also natural lighting swatches, and then I'll just tell you what I think of the general performance of this palette. If this is your first time passing by, I am Gigi. I am a registered nurse obsessed with skincare and luxury makeup. So here on my channel, we do a ton of unboxing, first impressions, hauls, everything like that. So if that's a content that you enjoy, you do want to stick around by clicking on the button that says subscribe, and also go to my Instagram because over there I do keep you posted on the newest, the latest. So let's just go ahead and get started. Alrighty friends, so let's begin. And as mentioned, newest Viseart release. This is what it looks like, so tropical. Look at the inside colors. As soon as I saw it that they released it, I had to pick it up. I just love these bright colors. Even though I'm such a neutral person, I do like a pop of color here and there. So I thought I'll try it. Recently, I reviewed their Love palette, so we'll look at them, you know, side by side. But this palette was released recently. It retails for 60 Canadian dollars, at least the US right there. So it is the same price and format as their Love palette, and also their Violet palette, which is that one down there that I don't own, but I think I want to try. So they're describing this palette as the escape to the beach with Viseart Soleil La Plage palette. It is inspired by the best-selling Koi palette. Here's a sunny collection of multitasking sandy hues with bright pops of shine. 12 beachy-inspired seas, blues, sunny yellows, bright reds in matte, satin metallic, and duochrome finishes. These shadows are made in France, and you know, you can apply them wet or dry. Let's take a look at all the colors inside. They're very colorful. I did wanted to show you a side by side with the Love palette. So taking a look at those two side by side, I couldn't find a spot on dupe. They are, you know, there are some browns and some peachy tones that look similar, but in this palette you get many more matte shades that you do in here. In this one you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mattes, and the other ones are shimmery or multi-chromes as they're calling them. I'm gonna insert a picture of the swatches that I took outside in natural lighting. So I do want to move on to the 3 tutorials that I created using this palette. I'm going to show you 2 very colorful looks, and then this more yellowy, you know, neutral kind of look, so that you can see, you know, both spectrums within this palette. So let's go ahead and do that, and then I'll come back for final thoughts. So now you've seen the 3 looks that I created. You also saw some swatches. The swatches were outside in my backyard, and I did 1 or 2 passes, you know, to get that amount of pigment. As you saw from my tutorials, you could see that these are buildable shades. They're not extremely punchy. You don't get a ton right at, you know, right there. One of the more pigmented ones is going to be like this one, which is like one of the brightest, and then the teal is also really pretty. But these are shades that you're going to want to build up, you know, slowly by surely. I think that they perform best when you apply them with your fingers, truly. I do have to talk about this brown because this brown was a little bit tricky. I found it to be very, because it is so pigmented, I just found it to be very hard to work with, and it was getting a bit patchy when I used it on this side of my eye. I don't know if it was me not prepping properly. However, I used this as a makeup primer, you know, eye primer. But yeah, I think this brown really gave me a run for my money. I was really struggling to like make it work. However, I just absolutely adore this brown. This brown was everything in the palette. I love it. I just love a good brown shadow, and this is so dreamy to me. Every time I use the Love palette, I reach for, I'm gonna tell you, this one right here, but this one is just lighter, so it's not gonna give you the same amount of pigmentation as this other brown. So let me show you a side by side. They do look similar, but they're not. This one, it builds up so beautifully, much more like the one in here, much more than the one in here. So with this palette, you are going to be able to create really soft and beautiful and just sophisticated kind of looks, but you're going to have to build them up. That's the bottom line. To really get this yellow to be as, you know, as bright as it is right now, I had to, you know, just layer few layers. But I love the end result. I love how delicate and pretty this yellow is. I don't think I have anything in my collection as beautiful as this. I know in the Tropical palette by Natasha, there is one yellow that this was what I was dreaming for that to be. Let me grab it. This yellow right here. I'm gonna tell you that one of the reasons why I bought Natasha's Tropic palette was because of this yellow, and it just really doesn't do it for me. It is just too icy. I'm gonna show you a side by side. So this one at the bottom is the one in the Viseart, and this one is Natasha. Natasha was just so light and just not what I expected to be. When I see it in the palette, I see this a beautiful and bright yellow, and that's what I wanted. So when I saw the color story of this palette and all those yellows, I loved it. For my final look, which is this one, I layer this really bright, you know, sort of like icy whitish yellow tone. So I put it as a base, and then I went ahead and applied the shimmer so that it could be more opaque when I did apply the shimmer. And then I went ahead and I used this Tricky Brown for my liner, my wing liner. I just wet my brush and then went ahead and did my liner, and I love it. I just love this, you know, this look. I really enjoyed this palette. I think it's beautiful. You're going to have to love a color to really dig this palette, but I think this is very spring-like. It is going to be beautiful. I still love this one. This is more cool tone. As you can see, you get those really purple tones in there that they swatch very cool tone. This is all the way warm, all the way summer. And I love them both. I do, but I think I am going to enjoy this one a little bit more because you get more like pigmentation and brightness in these shades. This one that I apply in my inner corner, it is so bright as an inner corner highlighter that I just adore. Alright guys, and that's it for now. Thanks so much for watching. Let me know in the comments, what do you think of this palette? What do you think of the color story? What do you think of my swatches, the eyeshadow looks that I created? Anything, any comments, anything at all, just drop it below. Thanks so much you guys for your love and support. Do not forget to share, like, and subscribe, and I'll catch you next time.